All right, everybody. I'm back. We are live. Wow. Oh, at least I got the notification. Good to see everybody here. And there's another notification too. It looks like YouTube is working. That's good. How's everybody doing? Thought I'd jump up here tonight and share with you some information that most definitely we are we are definitely working on. Give everybody an update. This way, we're all on one page, as we always try to present on this channel. Try to communicate in a way that everybody is on the same page, when, especially when new information about the work that we're doing hits YouTube or even Facebook. But I'm glad everybody's here tonight. I want to welcome everyone that supported this channel in following the case that we're working on. And all of you that have shown love and support for me and my work, much love goes out to you and yours. And I wanted to take the liberty tonight to not so much to give you a fireside chat, but to tell you a little bit about myself, so it's out in the open, and also covered some information about the current project that we're working on, so that this way, when we leave tonight's live, I know that I have done my job to try to bring a clear, crystal clear picture that everyone can walk away with. Okay, now we know what's up. And thank you, John Q, for telling us and sharing that with us. And so that's what tonight's live is about. I see Scorpio Girl in there, Twinkie, Beverly Palmer, Malika the Warrior. Hey, love, how you doing? Thank you so much for what you did yesterday in regards to tonight's live. Thank you for promoting tonight's live the way you did, because it is exciting information. I'm excited about sharing with you, and the new developments and steps that we're looking to take that's underway. Major shout out to Malika the Warrior for her love and her passion and her perseverance in pursuing this case, as well as major support of my channel. So that said, thank you, Malika. Yes, we are all gathering here together. Lady J, much love to you. Thank you for showing up tonight. Honeybee, Blazing Asian, Shy Cat, Salt Life, Alton Harris, Linda Truman. Linda Truman was the first one in here. I guess she helped me set up for tonight's live. Thank you, Linda. Maybe I'll have a moderator in here that will moderate the room, but I'm never worried about moderators moderating the room. I usually come on here, tell it like it is, and hopefully the message is clear, and people walk away knowing that they have learned something and they come away with something, and that's the purpose for tonight's live. The main goal is getting this case reopened is the objective, and nothing else. I've been saying that on my lives ever since I started doing lives. That's the main purpose. That's the main goal. We hope we can do something to help to get the case reopened, get it moving forward. Getting justice for Kenneka is what it's been about, especially on my channel. And everybody that is a part of my channel, subscribers, non-subscribers alike, they know that when they come to my channel, they know exactly what I'm talking about and can feel it and know it when they step away. And so for those of you who continue to support this channel, thank you so much. This channel is, from day one, always been the kind of channel I wanted to create in the J4K community, to be as crystal clear, as real, and as direct as possible in covering the information that I was able to investigate for myself, and wanted to take the opportunity to share that on my channel with everyone else following the case. So that's my purpose. And from a lot of you, posting your comments on either the live videos I've done or the video series that I've covered, have left some great comments of support, and that's what's kept me going up until tonight. And so much love and thank you to everyone that's done that. So with that said, I wanted to share with you a little bit about John Q, me, and I may have mentioned bits and pieces throughout my lives before that I am a father of two children, two daughters that are fully grown adults. They're in their 30s, and they also have children of their own. And so, yeah, obviously, I'm a grandfather as well. And when I came across this case, it blew me away. You know, the title of it, of a 19-year-old that was found dead in a hotel kitchen freezer, uh, and found out, you know, by an employee. And I said, "Whoa!" You know, it shocked the hell out of me. You know, and so I pursued it. I pursued learning more about the story, learning more about what happened as much as I could, uh, and how did it happen. Guess that's the question we still ask ourselves today. How did this thing happen? And so the question does remain even to this day, how did it happen? And so now 3 years getting into it, 3 years, we thought this was going to be, at the first start, we thought this was going to be an open and shut case. People were going to be held responsible. How you doing, Amp Eazy? Give you 10 minutes. No problem. No problem. I got you the link, so when you're ready. And so shortly thereafter, we find out that you know, there have been some things that showed up different. You know, that video surveillance footage uh, was made possible and made available to someone who was representing the family at the time. And they spoke out and said that they saw exactly what happened to Kenneka. You remember who I'm talking about. And so when they made their news conference in reference to knowing what happened to Kenneka, and that they were the first to see it on video surveillance footage, and we had not gotten to that point yet, and the investigation began to proceed and began to unfold, we learned a lot more about what was going on. The news media released little snippet clips in reference to covering the story, and we saw what clips they showed us of Kenneka walking out of the pass elevator and appearing like she's roaming down the halls inebriated, intoxicated from being at a party at the Crown Plaza Hotel. And evidently found herself in an upper kitchen area or the lower kitchen area, the way the news reported it, and disappeared behind a wall near a cooler and never to be seen again. And that's the story we got, but it wasn't enough. And as the story continued to unfold, more and more and more people wanted to know what happened to this girl. And not only myself, I mean, look at the J4K community, look at what it's turned into. And so it caught the attention of a lot of folks, you know, and they wanted to know what happened to Kenneka. And they presented on their channels the best possible information that they found and wanted to share, you know, because, you know, we all wanted to know what's going on. How did this come to be? And why did this happen to this 19-year-old the way it did? Yes, accountability should be definitely taken in and accountable for. And so my pursuit in all of this, and I'm going to begin screen sharing real quick here because I don't want to take all night to do this, is to show you in a very direct way. Okay, I think we're getting there. What motivated me? What really motivated me? And I'm going to share with you exactly what motivated me. The picture you see before you are my daughters. On the left is Amanda, and on the right is Dominique. And these are my beautiful girls. And as you can see the post, I don't know if you can read it. Hopefully you can see it. Just give me a second here. I'm just making an adjustment. And so this is the reason why I got involved, because this could happen to anyone's child. Anyone's child. And when I found out about this story, I looked at my daughters. I said, "Wow, they're grown. They're women. They have children of their own, and I just felt a very deep movement in my heart to want to try to do something to try to help. In fact, that was the calling word that we heard from Teresa Martin, is that she was looking for help in this case. She was looking for someone to help. She was looking for the hotel to help. She was looking for the Rosemont Police Department to help. She was looking for her first attorneys to help. She was looking for help. The protesters that came to Chicago, to the Rosemont, Illinois, protesting, they came to help in this whole entire uh, case event. And so this is my motivation I wanted to share with you. This is part of my family. And the love that I have for them and my grandchildren is the same love you have for yours if you have children and grandchildren too. So I share with you a major part of me, not a small part, but a major part of me tonight, which I never did on any of my lives, because this had to take time to unfold. A trust factor, if you will, had to take time to unfold. And for you to get to know me through my videos and through the series that I've done, along with all of the lives that I've done to date. So I wanted to share that with you because I wanted to share what my motivation was for entering this case and pursuing it the way I have. Okay? All right. With that said, I'll come back and just go here and show you, and I'm sure you already know, for those that have followed me on this case, the work that I have done and the time commitment that I've put in. This is not about me, but I want to reveal a small portion of who I am. Most people have called me the FBI. Most people called me an op, an agent, everything in the book. So, and that's fine. That's fine. People do have their opinions. But I wanted you to just take a look at the work that I've done on my channel in reference to this case. And I started off not really knowing how I wanted to present information, what I wanted to say about it. But as it unfolded, I began with part one, the Kenneka Jenkins case. We had some answers. And that first video clip that I did was regarding obviously the clip that was posted on Facebook and YouTube regarding the first news clip that was available that showed us some very strange things. In the second clip, I covered a little bit of information about the freezer and the cooler and how the industrial commercial freezers work, if they had locks on the outside, and if you could lock it, how could you lock it? And that information was posted. In the third clip, we covered some aspects of Kenneka walking in that upper kitchen and the route she took and how the food and beverage manager found her, or quote unquote, one of the employees found her. In the next clip, part 4, we covered the interior of the cooler and freezer component. And we discussed the dimensions. We discussed the area in which Kenneka was found. And this was sensitive information for me to cover. And we covered a lot of details in that particular part 4. And I think there was a second part to part 4 where we actually covered the party. We covered Irene's live, we covered Ty's live, and I gave you my opinion, my viewpoint as to some of the information I believed was going on in both parties. And that video clip was posted. And then we went to part 5, where we knew that Kenneka was taken out of the room. And in part 5, we discussed a lot of the individuals that were involved: Monifa, Shemaya, Bree, Irene, etc. Mike, Cece, all of those individuals, and tried to do our very best to give you an accurate timeline in that video piece. As we moved on, we talked about this not being an accident, which the medical examiner, Crown Plaza, and Rosemont Police Department tried to tell us, but we knew otherwise. This in no way, shape, or form was an accident. We moved over to the absolute part that this was no accident. And what are the possible motivations of the hotel, the Murray Brothers Caddyshack restaurant, and a host of things? Now, what do big commercial businesses do when something like this happens at their establishment? Well, the story unfolded, and we began to find out some additional information about that. In part 7, I believe I covered it was absolutely foul play, and we gave you information on that. We also went a step further and covered the medical examiner's autopsy report. And that right there was one of the biggest major video clips that got a lot of response from. If you remember. Okay, Lady Tia, thank you for showing up this evening. I see you in there, love. Thank you so much for moderating tonight's important live. We moved on, and I began to take a look at crystallizing some information, and then part 8 was the very last one, the one you see right here, where we actually covered motivations regarding the case. The story that they told us, and then the story that we found out. And there are two sides to the story. One is the accidental death story, and obviously the other side, in our opinion, was a homicide. Kenneka did not walk into a freezer. No evidence of it was ever posted because there's no evidence of it available for us to know whether she did or not. And so in watching and supporting other YouTube content creators working on the case, a lot of good information from a lot of them. And I've shouted them out on my channel, whether it be IHQ, I shouted them out. OK, I shouted them out. Chaos Sector, I've shouted out. Humongous D, I've shouted out. 54 Keys, I've shouted out. Sam, I've shouted out. I mean, I've shouted out, and so many of the content creators I knew that were working on the case, they were helping me. Actually, from doing their videos, they helped me to understand a lot about their discoveries as well. So it was a collective thing in my mind. I began to produce lives. And the very first one I did was a message to all content creators. I felt that if we could come together and we could put our work together in a way to where we wouldn't have to argue about it, we wouldn't have to fight, do a lot of bashing and all this other stuff. All I suggested was put your work on a playlist on your channel, and when the time came, once we were able to contact authorities about what we wanted them to look at, what we wanted them to do, the work would be right on their channel. That was the whole idea behind it. Malika, the warrior, supported that. She was the very first one that said, John, that's a very good idea. I'm all for it. You do it, I'm right behind you. And that was a major push because everybody knows that I started working on this case with Malika, the warrior, on her channel. And she took a chance with me, and you know, uh, it showed the light. It showed the truth. It showed her who I was and who I am today, still working on this case. I began doing lives, another call to action. It took me an hour and 33 minutes. Another YouTube content creator update, an hour and a half. Case recap and current update, 2 hours. I also covered the True Life Crimes event episode that took place on TV, along with the lives that Irene, Shemaya, Monifa did. We didn't hear from Bree, but we heard from them. All the way to details, more details of the case going forward. But like I said, I don't want to take a long time to really cover all of what you already know that exists on my channel. But what I did want to say was this: I am most likely, and if I'm wrong, I know I'll be stood correct by somebody, but I don't think I am. I did, and I'm not going to really play the video. But I just wanted to share this just so you can see it. I did a live with a content creator I felt was credible, informative, and quite frankly, the exact person that talking to regarding surveillance footage. That live I did, and was able to be blessed with in the presence of Corinne Harris, who went live with me and explained a lot about her work and her background, forensics press, in which she is obviously a specialist and have a background in. And she came on and explained that whole process to us. And thank you and much love to you, Corinne, if you're in the house tonight as well, because that took time for her to actually, out of her schedule, to come on the live and actually do that for us and give us some kind of direction as to how we could proceed going forward, just to try to get some facts, just to try to get some truth, to try to put it on the table. And if you heard Corinne's on that live, and I'm sure you did if you were there, she puts things on the table and she tells you plainly and clearly, what it is that needed to be done in order to pursue any kind of closure, any kind of justice in this case. What the Rosemont Police Department failed to do, she discussed with us. The forensic analysis process and what they should have done at the hotel, she discussed with us. What that process is and how they were to have at least handled that kind of evidence and how it should have been processed. So I to this day, I thank and love Corinne for doing that, because she was the exact person that we needed on board as a content creator that's covered a major part of this case from her perspective, to come in and help us with. That gave us a major direction. Also, and I'm going to back up, I came back and not only had Corinne Harris back on the channel in reference to talking about the case, but I had other content creators. Let's see if I can find it. I know I had it up here somewhere. That was an open panel discussion. Let me see. Well, that's the one with Malika the Warrior, Corinne Harris, Straight Drop, Boss Blake, myself, to begin to come together and to talk about this process. Let me see. I thought I had it up here real quick. But anyway, I'm not going to make a long story short. You know that that live was done, and we've covered some great information in there. And my understanding of it is that, you know, if we could do something, what could we do? If we could have metadata checked, if we could have pixelation checked, if we could have this video just tested, you know, and analyzed for its authenticity, if it's genuine, if it's a copy, if it's this, if it's that, whatever it is, we'll at least know because we took the time out to have a professional step in and actually tell us that and put it on paper. Okay. So, and let me go here and get into the reason why we're here tonight. And here's a content creator, Amp Eazy. Amp, I've come across the last couple of years, you know, and listening and watching his video content on the case. He's opened my eyes to a lot of information I overlooked. You know, as content creators, that happens because we can't cover everything. We can only cover what we feel is important, that we've all tried to share, that we've all tried to go back over and try to reshare again. A lot of critical elements of what we find. And I felt that Amp Eazy really covered some video surveillance footage in the way he did, and covered it so well. I said, "Wow, if I can get a chance to talk to this guy, or you know, connect with him in some way, shape, or form, you know, maybe we could do something." You know, and this is the nurturing of that idea began to crystallize. And so now today, where does that bring us? Well, it brings us to a point where content creators, along with some subscribers, have come together in unison to do something that's very important. It is a small project. It's not a major project. It's a small one. In a collaborative effort for us to see if we can get some answers once and for all regarding selected pieces of the video surveillance footage to be analyzed and tested. And so, without further ado, I'm going to see if I can come back out of here, and I'm going to do. Oh, and my girls again. I know my daughter Amanda's watching. I don't know if my other daughter Dominique is watching, but hopefully they are. Let me see if I can. Where am I? Oh, here we are. Okay. And so, with that said, I'm going to bring. We're going to get some clarification tonight. We're going to get some clarification tonight because there's some stuff out there over the last couple of days that has hit YouTube and the community in reference to some heavy misunderstandings and a lot of scrambled eggs. And so tonight I wanted to give people clarification as to what it is that's happening, what it is that we're doing, what it is that we hope to accomplish, and it's just some reasons why. Okay, it will be simple for those that will and do understand, and for those that don't, that's okay. That's my attitude. That's okay. I've always said if we try to do something together, I've always said SW, 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 SW. You know what that means? Some will, some won't. So what? Somewhere, some will. And so we're beginning to find the some will uh, very recently. And tonight we're showing you who the some are. And so with that said, I'm going to do this. If I can, before I do that, I got to mute this so we don't get no feedback. Hopefully I can do it. Mute, 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 mute. Okay, there we go. And have Amp Eazy to join us in tonight's live to discuss that. See if I can do it again. Sorry about that, Amp. Let me see if I can get you back here. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. All right.
Come on, John, get it together.
Okay.
I know you got it.
I'm still learning how to work this StreamYard. But yes, and so tonight I've invited Amp Eazy on panel to walk us through where we are, what we've been supporting, the reasons why, and to really keep it simple. You know, I'm like Amp. You know, we try to get to the point, be short, brief, to the point, and let's move on. And so, with that said, Amp, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. As long as you can
Oh,
hear me.
okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome, brother. Welcome. Much love to you.
I appreciate it, John. It couldn't be a better time actually to come on here. I mean, with all the uh, chaos and confusion that is going on in the last 36 hours. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I really don't get it. I don't understand what's all the confusion about. Um, I thought it was pretty cut and dry,
Right.
plain and simple, what it is, what the objective is. But for whatever reason, people want to make it something that it's not. I don't know if they. I don't know, and I really don't even invest any time in trying to figure it out because I just don't have the. It's a waste of my time. I'm not even concerned with it. So, like I've always maintained, either people will jump on board, they will assist, or they won't. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I mean, that's they certainly have that. They have that choice. But I wanted to come on mainly to clarify a couple things because there are a lot of misconceptions and it really kind of John, the entire objective has been to be as transparent as possible, put it out there, give people all the information that I have, let them know what I know, whatever I'm communicating with somebody. That's been the objective. And that's been for the sake of transparency. Um, this whole concept about getting the video surveillance analyzed, it obviously stems from the long-standing confusion or debating that's been going on about this very topic, whether there are things removed from the footage or whether you know the time is really the right time, or there have been a lot of questions that we've all had about it. And to be quite honest, given the uh, the nature of the way they turned over the footage, I mean, any competent lawyer would normally, I mean, that's going to be like automatic. We want to make sure that what you're presenting is actually authentic. Um,
Right.
so
Right.
that's something that
Absolutely. That's been the argument from day one.
Well, yeah, we all want to know that, and these are things that people who've been following this case, they've been saying it for the longest time, even as far back as the when they were protesting. They say they want the real tapes. Obviously, that's implying that what we've been shown is nonsense. So, getting the tapes authenticated or an attempt to get them authenticated, it seemed like a foregone conclusion. I think people, a lot of people are not really like understanding. Well, what's the objective? What's the ultimate goal? What if they come back and the files they say that there is some evidence of manipulation, which is what we've all been thinking since the very beginning. So now what? What did you accomplish?
Right. Right.
Well, you have to remember that's something that we thought. You have to remember this is a two-sided thing. There's the side that believes one thing, and then there's Rosemont, and they and what they are putting out there. According to them, they
absolutely
everything's authentic. Everything is there's no reason to suspect anything. They've said it in so many words and a lot of different press releases. Even they alluded to it in their conclusion when they wrapped up the case. They specifically referenced the fact that she was seen going back to the cooler and no one else entered the kitchen for 16 hours or however long it was. But that's what they're
21
saying.
21 was the number that they threw out.
Well, whatever it may be. But they're more or less telling you that, hey, we believe the footage. Now, see, my question is this. My question really is this. If you watch a video surveillance of let's say a guy behind a convenience store, and you see him on surveillance, he goes back there behind a dumpster, a gunshot goes off, and you're watching the footage, you watch the whole thing, and then someone walks back there and discovers him. If you see all this on footage, you have it on video, then why are you still investigating, as Rosemont said they did? Why are you still investigating 3 weeks later? What are you investigating? If they believed, this is what they wanted us to think, or they wanted us to believe that, hey, we're doing our best to investigate this thing. But I mean, think about it logically. If what they're saying is true, if they believe what they're saying, then what is the need to be looking for suspects 2 weeks later? I mean, according to what you're telling us, you didn't see anyone else go back there. So what further questioning is needed? Why do you need to find other attendees at the party? For what? Because nothing that person that you discover, nothing that person that you locate, there's nothing that they can tell you that would change what's on that video, what you see, right? And this is assuming that they actually believe in their video surveillance. So, it's just all a big, it's all a weird show that's going on. And the point of getting it authenticated is simply, it's not to highlight the fact that, hey, we've been right. It's the video surveillance is manipulated. So, hey, we've been right. We're vindicated. No, the primary objective is to highlight the faults in the investigation that the police did, because this is something that they breached any standard police operating protocol by the way they recovered the evidence, and it's not just on one level. It was on many different levels, from the chain of custody, from the way they retrieved it or they didn't retrieve it, from having it delivered to them. It's just everything they did was outside of the norm. And
absolutely,
it's to highlight the faulty investigation that they did.
And I believe that. And I believe that, not to cut you off, Amp, but I believe that from the very first time I laid eyes on the video surveillance footage myself. And then that word started, permeating all throughout YouTube. Hey, look at this. This is fuzzy. This is edited. This is cut. This is frozen. A double timestamp. This is all this nonsense. So that collectively went across YouTube since its inception. When they released the video surveillance footage on October 20th of 2016. But yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well, see, and another thing I want to point out, John, is this: there's really, I don't have any guarantee what the forensic company will come back with, if anything. I mean, he specified to me in the beginning. He said that considering the fact that it's not the original files from the, it wasn't collected properly and so forth, which we all know, that there may be limited information that he can glean from it. I understand that. He explained that to me in an email very early on. He did want to go ahead and preview the file. He said, there may be some things that he can learn from the video, so he could still do the analysis. I don't know what's going to happen one way or the other.
Right.
I want to be clear that this whole endeavor is not a guarantee that the case will get reopened. It's just an effort. And that's all that really should be expected of us. It's just an effort. It's an attempt. It's something other than just talking about it. Because if it does come back that there's something, tangible evidence that says that, hey, this may be manipulated, then that's something that can be presented to authorities. Whether or not they choose to act on it, it's something that brings the conversation back to the table.
Right.
How is it that they can,
Right.
if this is saying that the footage may be tampered with, if it may be manipulated, then naturally the question comes up, how is it that the police can be so confident in that footage? Because honestly, what other evidence did they use to make the conclusion of her being locked in a freezer accidentally? I mean, they don't even know her body temperature. I've been wondering that question for the longest. How do you claim someone died of hypothermia and there's no body temperature?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
And then that information wasn't even on the autopsy report, the one that I
It's
covered
never been,
on the series. Yeah.
as far as I know, as far as I can tell, was never, her temperature was never taken. It's never been stated anywhere. But you would think in a hypothermia,
Right.
freezer death, that's naturally one of the first things you're going to look for. Well, we need to know our temperature. Obviously, how can you make the determinant of hypothermia without it? But it's just an effort to get people talking about it again, to give
I
them.
feel you. I feel you.
They need to explain to us
you.
what it is. Tell us again why it is that you are maintaining your position, because now we're questioning your primary evidence. And this is all assuming if it comes back manipulated. If who knows what he'll find, but it's just an effort.
Right. Right.
I tried to be real clear about what it is that was going on. The steps. Weeks before I started, I talked to a number of people about it, got a lot of insight about it, and the opinion was pretty much favorable. People said, "Well, hey, it's a shot." So that's what I wanted to do. There were a number of people that helped me along the way, and I do want to take the time to acknowledge them. I mean, there are like a couple people that have been there, like offering their advice, giving me like direction, because a lot of this stuff, I don't know. I'm just a regular guy, and there have been many times that I've said, you know what, I'm not even going to bother with it. I wanted to do this maybe a year ago, but I changed my mind because I said, I'm not going to deal with the headache. These people crazy as hell in the J4K. I'm not even going to bother.
I remember that.
So,
that. I certainly remember that time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hasn't been. It's not just something that popped up at the spur of the moment. There's always going to be resistance, and for whatever reason, people are. I've seen comments that Teresa doesn't. She's not in favor of it. I don't know. I don't know how it was explained to her, but for whatever reason, if that's the case, then that's the case. But I want to be clear. I don't know. I have not spoken to any, and I heard this yesterday. I heard a live. Malika did a live. I'm not sure if she's in the chat. I can't see the comments here on my screen, but if she is, how you doing, Malika? I appreciate all the kind words. I saw her live, or I heard it late last night, and there was a mention about speaking to the family or something that was going to go on if they objected. I haven't spoken to anybody in their family. I've never sought their approval. I never did that. And I don't, the police, and this is who this whole thing targets. The police are public servants. The FOIA is a public request. We have the right as citizens to question our public servants, to question what it is they're doing and their investigations. If we feel that it's manipulated, there are avenues that we can take to challenge their results. And that's exactly what I had done. If Teresa has a problem, if she sees that that's something that she's not in favor of, then so be it. I mean, that's just what it is. But that's not, I want that to be clear. That's not going to change what I've already initiated. It's not going to. And why should it? Who would be against that? Who would be against learning if they tampered with the surveillance footage or not? I mean, that's possibly learning that. We may not learn anything at all. But why would you be against that? Beyond me, I don't know.
All right, I agree.
But if that's the case, then that's just the case. Then, you've just got to hold that against me. I don't, whatever. That's where I am. But I don't really care. I'm going to do it because I want to know. too many of us have invested a lot of time and concern and worry in this case, and that's all that that I would like to know in return. Because if we answer that question, are they messing with the footage? Is this footage genuine? Then we all should be able to, plan tomorrow, to think about what it is we're going to do tomorrow. What are we going to talk about tomorrow? It will answer a lot of questions. It will quiet a lot of arguments. And hopefully it gets done. But to be honest, if it doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, people know me. And I'm just, being real like G-rated right now because I've talked to you, John, so you already know. But all this
Yeah.
other weird, and that's just what I call it. It's just weird. What are you doing this for? What are you going to do? Everything's right there. I put everything out there, the man's name, and that brings up another point. Justin from JSM, I just saw an email when I got in that he had contacted me, and it's to be expected that people would reach out to him. That's the entire reason I put the information there, so that if you have doubts or if you have a concern or if you have a question, you don't have to necessarily go to me. I'm just a person, putting it out there, trying to do something. But go to him. I've told you what's going on. You have his information. You don't have to question whether or not what we're saying is true or whether or not he is the beneficiary on the. I mean, the man's name is there. You can contact him. You can do that. Why? That's why it baffles me about people sometimes. I don't know if they just like to create, a conflict or whatever. But anyhow, Justin, he sent me an email, and he actually, I guess someone's contacted him. I don't know if he's had both calls and emails, but he mentioned that someone has been in contact with him, and based on whatever happened with that call, he wanted me to understand, and I told him, listen, I already know that, but he wanted to be clear with me that he's not guaranteeing anything, that this is not going to be guaranteed in favor of his client just because, I'm the one who, we went and asked for his services. I understand all that. I'm not under the impression that he's, everything's going to be magical because, he's being paid. He may very well come back and say, listen, everything comes back. I can't find anything. I realize that. But apparently, he's under the impression that there's, this assumption, this expectation of, results that he doesn't want to be associated with. And I understand that. I'm also going to put that email. I'm going to list that on my page so that people can see that. And it was really kind of sad just to read it, because I've already told him that in the beginning. I said, listen, I don't know, whatever you do whatever you do. And, we just want an answer one way or the other. And he explained all that stuff to me, stuff that I already know. Right. And it's like, he shouldn't even have to tell me. He shouldn't even have to tell any of us this. We should know this already. There's no guarantee with anything. I mean, it hasn't been along the way with Rosemont, with getting the file on the hard drive. Everything, who knows what's going to happen? None of us know. So, it's really been a little bit frustrating, but it's not been frustrating to the point where I would be deterred or just say, I'm just going to stop it. I'm going to just stop it. It's not going to happen. He now has sole access of the GoFundMe account, and if the goal was not met, you remember I made this concern. I talked to you about this. I said, well, I don't know if we should give him the control immediately, because let's say the campaign doesn't reach the goal. If that were the case and we still had access, I could just go in and, hit the refund button and everybody would be refunded. But now he has control, because that was done mainly to appease the concerns that people naturally would have. I mean, I would expect people to be skeptical. I assume that everybody that's on YouTube, or at least the majority, is a reasonable, rational, skeptical person. I mean, that's healthy. You should be skeptical about who you give your money to or who you donate to. I mean, you'd be a fool not to. So I expected all that. What I really didn't expect was people to take that skepticism a step further and name calling and just accusations without any basis whatsoever, or just and most it hasn't been directed towards me. There have been a number of people I've talked to. They're getting backlash, or they're getting questions, or it's crazy to me. I want to shout out Chloe. Chloe, she's been, what I'm saying, I've confided in her about a lot of things. She's a real knowledgeable person. Me and her, we've had people have seen it. They've seen the videos she puts up. Some of them I put up. We kind of like going at each other a little bit. But at the end of the day, none of that matters to me, because I value her for her intelligence, her common sense, and whatever it is we may disagree about. And there are a number of things we still disagree about. But at the same time, she's a smart individual, and she's shown some level of dedication that is plain for anybody to see. There are a number of Humongous D. A lot of my paths along this whole little journey, he helped me along the way. As early as the FOIAs, he helped me put those in. So it's not just like, there are a number of people that have helped. Jackie Dragon is another one. I mean, there are a ton of people. John, I've talked to you, I've communicated with you, but
yes,
this is like I listed on the GoFundMe thing. It's actually a culmination of everything that anybody has put into it. Now, if you don't, people don't want to give $1, $5, I don't care. I honestly don't care. I don't care. I put $89 or whatever in there. I don't care. I did it because, I'm willing to part with that. Whether we reach the goal or not, I've already parted with that. So whatever. But to hear these people, especially the ones who are not even contributing or who haven't thus far, and they're just so negative. They've got, oh, it's this, is that, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, well, let that be the case. We may end up disappointed. You know what? That's fine. But I feel a certain type of way about it because it's affecting other people that I know have nothing to do with this. I mean, I literally saw people just putting it all on Chloe, and I don't know why. I have no idea how they even come to those conclusions, how they come to these determinations. How do they reach these conclusions that, oh, it's all on you, you're going to scam people? She's just presenting to you the exact same things that are on my page. I don't see why people don't get that. I went ahead. I did the GoFundMe thing. I told a couple people I was going to go ahead and do it. People knew that I was doing it, but I created that, and that's from the context with Justin. I don't see what's so hard for people to understand about that. The whole thing has really been frustrating. I'm hoping
and one thing. Yeah, one thing. I didn't mean to cut you off. One thing that I'm very proud of is the fact that you put in a lot of long hours and hard work, deep thought, meditation, and prayer to come to a point to where we could take a step like this. Yeah. And I truly appreciate all the work that you've done on your channel, on and off YouTube, and now to a point where we can take a small step, regarding a small project. This is not $150,000 project. This is just a small project, for us to finally, just get some definitive answers as to what we've been watching for the last 3 years. Clip here, clip here, clip here, and let's get it tested. And like you said, if it comes back up, we'll find it's up. If it comes back down, we're gonna find it's down. At least we'll have once again, going back to what you said, a conversation going forward in regards to getting answers to one of the major questions that this case had posed from the very beginning. What happened to Kenneka?
Right. Well, we may or may not get some sort of an answer. I have no idea, but
I hope and pray we do.
If we do, it'd be great. If not, whatever. I just want people to understand. Listen, I haven't ever asked anybody. I haven't even asked people ever to subscribe to my channel. I don't ask you to like I don't ask you to do anything because It just really wasn't me. I just made videos because there were thoughts that were on my mind, and I post them. I'm real interactive with people, but I really don't care. I really don't. So I'm going to do what I'm going to, I'm saying, what's on my mind to do in collaboration with people who, have valuable input, and others who don't, whatever. If you want to go to their channel, hey, be my guest. I'm never the one to say, hey, don't go there. I don't care what you do. All of you are grown. You do what the hell you want to do, because I'm going to
Right.
do what I want to do. And that's ultimately what it all comes down to. If y'all want to donate,
Exactly.
do it. If not, then don't. As simple as
Exactly.
that. Or
Yeah.
you
No
can
need.
sit on your channel and talk crap. I don't care. I really don't care. So
Yeah. No need
it's
to
gonna
get your
be what it
hair
is.
busted, right?
Yeah. So it is what it is. I'll just ask you, leave the other people alone. That people are taking blame for stuff that it's not. It has nothing to do with that. I just figured, listen, when it's all said and done, they'll see what happens. They can. I should go and screenshot all the videos and comments that are making these claims. Oh, it's gonna be this, and you just, man, whatever. If you don't want to give you 5, 10, I don't care. Go do what you want to do. I don't care. Be my guest. But yeah, we are going to
And
do
that's
that. I want to put this email up. I don't think I can show it right now. But when you read this, it's sad. It really is. We're supposed to be a community of people looking for one cause. Fighting for one cause, supposedly. And that's like Teresa included. I would assume that we're all after one objective. There are some obviously that made it known that that's not what they're for, but for the most part, the people that are still around to this point, particularly, they generally are still curious about something, and it's not whether Barbara, whatever her name was, is really her mom. All the foolishness is like out the door. People just want to know. They want a conclusion. They want to know what
right.
happened. If there's a possibility of getting that answer. If not, then just keep it real with us and tell us y'all messed up the case, because that's really where I'm at. I'm satisfied as long as I can get them to admit they screwed it up. Then whatever, I'm through with it.
Right. Right. And to piggyback off of all that you've covered, I wanted to back up a little bit in regards to Malika's live yesterday. She did me a solid favor in regards to promoting tonight's live. You know, and the comment that was made, that she said that we've been in contact with a family member or a member of the family on her live and everything, because she knows that I have been talking with a party that is close to the family in regards to everything that we've talked about.
Right.
And that's where I felt that there was no pushback. This has been talked about on the last panel live in regards to getting the footage analyzed. Obviously, we knew it wasn't going to be for free. And obviously, if we wanted to make some kind of a contribution, people have been wanting to make a contribution to my channel for the longest. I told them, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm here as part of the community. I don't have to get any money. I'm okay. I'm fine. I says, I'm doing this because of the love of being a father, a love of being a grandfather, and just knowing that out of human nature, people on one side of their heart cares when they come across a story like this.
Yeah.
But on the other side, where the heart flips and then the mind kicks in and then the critical comes in, and then there's this ass backward language that starts to go on, and animosity, and then all kinds of stuff, twist the story into something that it shouldn't really be. This is very simple. This is a small project. And that's why I got on board with you, to support you right away. Because as soon as you opened it up, I got right behind you and put in my donation.
Yeah.
And then I went back just yesterday and threw in an extra, just behind that. I've got my receipts.
Hmm.
I'm not going to throw them up here on the screen. I don't have to, because I have them. I sent them to you. You know what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
everything is across the board. When it comes to a simple project like this, it's a small, doable, easy to do project. And obviously, I've been on the on the GoFundMe site right now, and this is where we are, folks.
What is it? Oh,
I've been
500.
scrolling as you've been talking, and I just wanted to chime in. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in to say, those that are supporting this effort, it's a small effort. We just want to get a few answers, and we get the answers. Okay, it satisfies the need for the people that want to know. That's been working on this case, and I'm talking about working hard, long hours, weeks and weeks and months at a time, away from their family, away from doing something that they could have been doing, for themselves, to move their life forward. They've taken time out of their life to make a major contribution called sweat equity, I like to call it. Stuff you don't get back, but stuff that, you can live with and sleep good with, to make a major positive step in the right direction, just so that we get some answers as to what happened to this young lady. That's it. That's simple. That's it.
Well, John, I just wanted it to be clear, because there are a lot of associations being made, and people are linking me and other people with other. I want it to be clear what it is I'm doing. I just wanted to make it clear that I have not talked to Teresa. I've not talked to anybody in their family. They haven't given me an okay or a negative because I haven't talked to them. I haven't tried to talk to them, and I just want that to be clear, and I want people to know that. That's what it is. I haven't talked to anybody. I'm not, that's what it is. So I don't want people to get misconstrued because, with YouTube, you get linked with certain people and people, they go all off and, and that's not the case. I've told you the people that I work with.
Yeah.
There are some other people I've talked to. I got a couple viewers that I've been, in communication with solidly for the last 2.5 years. And they give me a lot of, feedback and good advice beyond me and Queen. And we just, it's been like a whole team effort coming to this point. And, when I told you about it, John, you're motivated enough. I talked to you about it. And this is where we are. But people don't need to get confused as to what it is that we're doing here. It's not complicated. If people don't want to take the time to watch either one of your previous lives or one of the videos that I put up explaining exactly what it is that's going on, if they don't want to take the time to go to the website or contact them themselves, then whatever. Whatever. I really don't care. People can say what they want to say, and I really don't even give a damn. So that's what it is. That's basically what I wanted to come on here and say. I'm glad to see that the campaign is at 500. I mean, that's cool. I think the last time I checked, it was like 330 something. It might have been, but I mean, that's great. If people want to go ahead and donate, that'd be wonderful because I believe it. I don't know if I got to check my other email because I'm actually still waiting on Rosemont. According to the attorney, he's supposed to send me a tracking number. That would be for the hard drive that he sent to JSM Forensics. And I had checked yesterday, but there was no tracking number in there. So I need to go in there and check, see if he sent the tracking number. But assuming that hard drive is already en route, because that's what they've said, then soon, if not already, JSM Forensics will have the files, and they're ready to do the processing. It's just a matter of raising the funds. Once the funds are in there, he already, he has his instructions on how to take care of it. He's already accepted the invite, so they'll take the funds and they'll do the testing. I wanted to mention to Chloe real quick that I did ask him that question about turnaround time, and I pulled it. Yeah, I got his email up on my iPad, but I'll put it up later. But he did say that the turnaround time, and I'm reading verbatim what he wrote me. The turnaround time varies on my caseload and how many authentication analysis I have scheduled. Typically, the turnaround time is 5 to 10 business days. Lastly, considering I have received, and he's now going into what I talked about earlier. Lastly, I received a phone call and an email regarding this authentication analysis, and I must be clear before we proceed. And then he proceeds to go into telling me about, what not to expect and so forth. But I'll put that up there when we're done here. I'll list it so that people can go in there and read it because it's one of his lengthier emails. But I totally get where he's coming from, and it's really unnecessary. But hey, whatever. It is what it is.
Right. Right. Well, definitely, Amp. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to do a live on my platform in the work that we've all anticipated getting done.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is a simple project, and I'm just so glad that you didn't back out, that you did pursue it, and it's gotten to a point now that it's in motion. This thing is going to get to the goal, and once it achieves that goal, great. We will then shortly, therefore, have something from a professional telling us exactly what we've been looking for.
Yeah.
In all of this, this is almost 3 years, for crying out loud. Yes, this should have been done a long time ago. But the failure was not on us. The failure was on some else.
Right.
You know,
Well,
yeah,
you know,
part of it.
I don't. Yeah, I can see the comments on my. I see the comments on here. I thought someone had asked a question that I might be able to answer, but I wanted to clarify also about the amount. As you can see on the invoice, it is 1196 that he quoted. That's right at $1,200. The only reason
Right,
I made
right,
it 1,300 is because I'm not sure if there may be, I don't know, tax, or if he's I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna charge something else. I'll figure, hell, we'll just make it $1,300. But the invoice is there. People can see that the cost is 1196. So if the campaign reaches that, and he would draw, he should be fine with that. But I just put 1,300. Don't go to me. If it goes over, then that's going to be on him. And I kind of told him that early on when I was communicating with him, that the account access will be yours, and if the campaign goes over it, then I guess those funds are yours to keep, because I'm not under the impression that he's going to find a way to get the funds back to us. So I naturally just said, well, you keep them if it goes over, because what else are we going to do? So yeah, it's
yeah.
1,300, but that was just
But
because I don't know what other expense might come up.
right. Well, we'll continue to monitor it. I'm sure everyone that's already made their contributions in support of it, we'll continue to monitor it. As we all should. And when we know that it's reached that point and that goal, obviously, I'm going to come back and do a live and let the community know from my channel
Right.
that we've hit the goal. And so, for those that are still interested in trying to make a contribution to the account, please do not do that. I'm waiting to get to that point. I'd like to get there by the end of the week, so that this way next week, we can move on to something else until the footage gets analyzed, and especially the clips that we're looking to get analyzed. It was also brought to my attention, Amp, in regards to the lower level bathroom
Yeah.
clip. I know that we're doing the gas elevator and the upper kitchen, but it was brought to my attention about the little bathroom clip where there was just so much activity in that particular area, and you've covered that
Right.
on your channel, by the way,
Yeah.
excellently, where Kenneka's around shadows, she's being back and pushed forward down the hall, and a lot of things of that nature. And I was just, wanted to know, if in the event we could, replace one of the clips to clip processed, or how does that work? Did he tell you
Well,
anything about anything in addition?
well, obviously he's asked me which files were we looking to have analyzed. I got the community's input,
Right.
and I'll tell you what my thinking was on it real quick. Obviously we're looking to contradict the claim that they've made about the accident and so forth. So naturally, the kitchen footage was, it was a foregone conclusion that that was one of the files that was going to be analyzed. The
Right.
bathrooms, the lower level bathrooms, that's something that we've all looked at and studied. But my only thinking was that, well, maybe the pass elevators might be more relevant because it pertains to her getting off of the elevator, which we're all wondering, did someone take her down there? I mean, that's a point of contention, whether or not
Right,
she
right.
was down
Contention.
there by herself.
Mhm.
So at the time she exited the elevator, if someone has been removed from that footage, I figured that would be a more relevant, more important file than the bathroom. But I mean, honestly, they both answer the same question, because someone could be removed, or
Right.
or maybe not removed from either one of the footages. But yeah, I see what you're saying, because a lot of people have had that, that footage on their channel and talked about it and discussed it. It is a weird one, but nothing is set in stone, especially since we haven't even raised the funds yet. I'm sure, with just an email to him, we could change it, and I don't think the price is going to change, because he lists that exact quote on his website, and he based that per file up to
Right, right.
15 megabytes. So I don't think it would change the price. If people want to do that, it makes me no difference. But as long as the upper kitchen gets analyzed, and whatever, you can ask them now. I know a lot of people in the chat. If that's what y'all want, yeah, I'll let them know that
Yeah.
we can change it to the past elevators, or whatever. I wanted that kitchen east footage personally, with her walking through the kitchen the same way with her uncle. I mean, that footage is haywire. But yeah, if they want the bathrooms,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
I'll switch
That
it.
was
I'll tell them to do that one.
yeah, that was that was a piece of the footage that Straight Drop and I in one of his videos had commented on, and he went frame by frame, and we were seeing a whole lot of stuff. A black box, covering her face as she walked by. Boss Blake brought that to our attention as well. And we got to see a lot of weird stuff just in that east kitchen entrance part that she did for just a couple seconds as she was on footage. So yeah, that was a crazy clip, you know. So
Yeah, we know that
going
there are
forward,
things going on,
yeah.
but
So
are they
going
detectable
forward,
through his software? That's a different story. We know that there are things going on with the footage. We
right?
can see them, but whether or not he can prove those on paper and through his analysis, that's a whole different story. But of course, we're hoping for the
Right.
best.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so too. But going, I do thank you for your time. I didn't really want to do too much of a long live. I wanted to, get on. Let's cover, a few things concerning, my reasons for being a part of this. And let's cover some clarification on the present project that we're all working on right now. Only for those who support the project is pretty much uh, where we're at. Like I said, some will, some won't. So what? Somewhere, some will, and those that will be the ones that show up. You
All
know.
right. If anybody has any other questions that they might think of later down the line, something that maybe I can answer. If you don't have my email, Amp Eazy docs, DOCS at Proton Mail, or you can just hit the contact button on the GoFundMe, because I think it contacts me directly. So if it's something maybe I can answer, or something you're wondering about, I'll try to do my best. But if it's off the wall, then hold your breath on me getting back to you. All right, John, I got to get out of here. I had just walked in the house when I got on here, because I was over working and I had to
Yeah.
hurry up and get here. So listen,
Yeah.
I'll talk to everybody
Thank you so
later.
much for
I got to get out of here.
time out.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, John.
All right, man.
All right, bye.
Okay. Have a good one. And there you go. And so hopefully we're able to cover, some information. I know we did. I know we did cover some information that needed to be covered, and in a way that we get to the point. You know. So now that we have that part done, hopefully it'll settle the minds of those that were, all crazy and getting concerned about, other people using Kenneka's name, or, trying to involve their family in something that they didn't give consent to, or anything else like that. This is a independent project specifically designed for us to get answers on the video surveillance footage, period. Period. The overall goal is to get the case reopened. That's the main objective, and nothing else. But here's one of our very, very first steps as a community: to make an effort to take a step in support of something that we've all had questions about, especially this case going on 3 years in September, which is next month. And so I'm delighted to be a part of supporting AMP's efforts. All those that have already made contributions, and they're starting to show up. Much love to Barbara Burris on Facebook, Mika the Warrior, uh, one of the YouTube content creators, Amp Eazy, Chloe Vera, uh, and a host of others. Those that fell into the anonymous category, they may be content creators, they may be subscribers. Either way, much love to you for the very small little support, not a great amount, but much love to you for the little support that helps us all move forward. I showed you the number tonight. We're almost there. And I believe at the end of the week, I truly do. God gives me this feeling by the end of the week that we should have it all wrapped up. And so this guy can get to work and do the job that we're requesting him to do. Because once it's all said and done, then we can move on. We can move on. Much love to you, Boss Blake, all the content creators that have joined tonight's live in the chat room, that is. And Corinne Harris, much love to you for your contributions and participation and helping to give us some kind of direction on this. I mean, we all don't know each other personally. None of us have ever met each other, but we've become aligned with each other over the course of 3 years almost, and in a way where we're feeling a spiritual connection, a camaraderie, if you will, to take a chance, just out of our nature, to take a chance to do something together that's meaningful. That's what this whole thing is about anyway. It's to do something meaningful. And since someone in the very beginning shouted that they wanted help and wanted help and nobody would help, that grabs a lot of people, especially for the title of the news and how they handled this, especially what we've learned and found out throughout the unfoldment of the case. As incredible as it is, here we are almost 3 years later. And I'm very proud to know the people that I have mentioned in this live, that I've had on my past live. Much love and support. I stand behind everybody that's really rooting for J4K. Like I said, aside from all the noise, aside from all the differences, aside from all the stuff that we've been through, we're still together. We're still holding on, and we're still we've got a direction, a goal that we can simply meet in a very short period of time. And just over the last few days, look where we are. Look where we are. This goal doesn't hurt anybody. Doesn't. It helps. Just as that message went out in the beginning, I wanted to make sure that that message rings out now. It helps. There's no harm. Please understand that. There's no harm in doing what we're doing. And so with that said, much love to everyone. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to sneak this in here to wrap it up. Concerning the noise that's been out there on YouTube over the last couple of days, I understand that there were a couple of content creators being bashed. And I mean, oh my goodness, I said, damn, that quick? Hell of a chick just released an update on her channel concerning the authentication process. If you haven't seen it, please do. I'm just glad that Amp Eazy was able to join us tonight so that you can hear from him directly as to what it is that we're doing and what we hope for. So if we were able to fulfill that objective here tonight for you, then by all means, I've done my job. I've done my job. But in regards to the noise that's been out there, I just wanted to show you something as to pretty much where that noise started from. And let me just do this. I wanted to share that with you because I kind of laughed. I said, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Let me see if I can screen share this and find out where I put it. I think I put it here. I think I put it here. Oh, I can show you this. Show you this real quick. If I can get it up. And basically, what it is my contributions to the GoFundMe. You know, as soon as Amp Eazy opened it up, I got right behind him and did my part. Because talking about it, as just like he said, talking about it is what we've already been doing. You know, uh, taking a step, taking an action. Just like I said on the last live I did with the content creators, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to do something. I hope this thing comes up. Now I can't find my arrow. Okay, see if I can jump it again. But it's nothing much. It's just a. Now I don't know if you could see it on. I can't enlarge it, but this is a copy of my 2 receipts of the donations that I made. One for 20, one for 10. It's all under anonymous because I didn't know how to put my name, John Q, up in there like I wanted to. But it's there. It's there. And these are the same receipts I sent to Amp to let him know that I'm behind him. And I began passing the word around to the folks that I'm close to and connected with. And obviously, you see where we are. I don't think this is coming up, but that's all right. What did I want to? Oh, I think this is it. I hope I can show this because this is hilarious. I'm just going to wait for it. It's a little slow. Then we can wrap things up. Okay. With some of the noises coming from, hopefully this will work. Please work. And I'm going to wait for it. It may take a little while to filter through, but I'm going to wait for it. It's a tiny post. I was inboxed, and I laughed. I laughed at it because I wasn't surprised at. Oh, come on! How do you want to open this file? I want to do. Well, we can. I guess we can do it this way. If that can open it. As soon as you get ready to do something and want to do something and share something, that's when things slows down. If you notice, content creators that have. No, that's not the one. Now that sucker pops up. Let me see where I am. See if I could do it again. Open. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. Kanisha said, "Who's the hater?" I'm hoping to just shine some light on it if it can come up. Oh, I wanted to come up so bad. I don't want to rush it because it's just, as soon as you start clicking on the buttons and everything, you start to freeze up. Hoping it'll just do what I need it to do, and I can't open it with anything else. But it was a post that was sent out. I think somebody in the chat room already spilled the beans. Oh, this is still okay. So let's. I don't want to do 3D paint photos. Yeah, that's what I want to open it up with. Say okay. Maybe it'll work now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's almost like drum roll, please. Then again, if y'all can see the tiny, tiny print, maybe you get a magnifying glass. Maybe you can read it from where you sit. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like something's coming up. Oh, okay. Eureka. There we go. There we go. There we go. So when you see a post like this, and somebody making noise, maybe giving the wrong impression. See if I can grab a hold of it here. Somebody making noise out there in the J4K community. There we go. And passing along foul information, and that begins to take wind into the community, both on YouTube and Facebook. You don't have to look too far these days. You don't have to look too far as to where the noise and maybe some of the misinformation could come from these days. And when I saw this, I like I said, I wasn't surprised. I wanted to share that because if somebody inadvertently got a hold of getting in contact with Teresa Martin for Teresa to have made a status post on Facebook today in regards to this effort and inadvertently gave her the wrong information and made it seem like something that it's not, and just put it in a bad light, then I understand why she may have responded this way. I understand. And like I said, we don't have to look too far. We don't have to look too far. But I just thought I'd share that with you, just to give you a heads up as to what to watch out for over the next couple of days. You know, and just to be careful where you're getting your information from. If it's not from Amp Eazy, if it's not from myself, Malika, or any one of the other content creators that we've mentioned in tonight's live, then definitely take it with a grain of salt. Please take it with a grain of salt, because as soon as people find out that you're making progress in something good is happening for somebody else, it just seems like it. It just seems like they come out of the woodwork to try to tear you down, to try to step on the hose of progress, to try to turn it into something that it's not. And that says a lot. That definitely says a lot. And yes, definitely, it definitely says a lot. But yeah, if you want, I mean, I've shared I've shared as much as I could though. But it's a simple thing to read, because all you got to do is read the title and read whose name is on it. Spread the word, and let's expose those suckers, is the main title of this particular screenshot, both of the GoFundMe account and of Teresa Martin's post. If I can, come on. I know it's a little bit blurry, and this was pretty much aimed at the supporting J4K community. You know, This really didn't have to happen, but with some of the speed bumps along the way, some of the speed bumps along the way. And so, yeah, just be careful on who you get your information from. I wanted to share that with you, kind of wrap things up for tonight, and thank everyone for coming out and spending some time with John Q, with me, in regards to the project that we've been working on, and the support that we have, and the love that we have for doing what we're doing, for moving forward, for changing the regular, stale, stagnated course of the day. I told you, I think it was in my last couple of lives, I told you we were going to do something. And if I'm involved in doing something, I'm the first one to try to get it done. And it's good to find out that I'm in good company with a content creator like Amp Eazy, content creator Corinne Harris, Malika the Warrior, Straight Drop, Humongous D, Mr. Jackie Dragon, and a host of others. I have questions. I can be sitting here like I have in previous lives and rattle off the names. You know who I support, because I've made it very clear. I hope we've been clear tonight as best as we can. This can't get messed up. This is water. It's as clear as day. It's as clear as day. So if anybody has any questions, I didn't want to stay too long, but when you go live and you haven't gone live, it's been a couple of weeks since I went live last, since my last live. So, Alicia, loving life, J for gay, J for K, excuse me. I got to get some water to drink. Much love to you, content creator. I've been following your work too. You've been hitting the nail right on the head, love. I love your work as well. Vanessa Jones, thank you for joining us. I know I have been looking at the comments because anytime a Watch Out Squad is in here too. Wow, I missed a lot. Brother Watch Out Squad, much love to you. Brother Relevance is in the house as well, a content creator. I just touched base with him in regards to a recent video post that he's made regarding an experience that he had in whose chat room. You get booted, you get bounced, you get timed out, you get. I got beat up in that chat room so many times. I said, I'm not going back. What for? We're supposed to be together, right? Nah. What for? When you're not wanted, hey, don't stick around. Don't waste your time with somebody that that's not going to support you. My goodness, I've missed a lot in this chat. Douglas Anderson, much love to you. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if 54 Keys was in here. It's just so many different comments, and I do apologize for not being able to go over your comments tonight, but get out what I want to get out. I think we did a good job. I know we're moving in the right direction with all the love and support that has been shown, not just talked about, but shown tonight here on my channel. I'm in good company. And I know that everyone who's here tonight, there's 105 people up in this chat room a little while ago. Hopefully, pretty much we're all on the same page. We want to be on the same page. Because the faster we are, the faster we can accomplish things. Together we can stand a whole lot firmer than apart. So, woo, Honey Bee, how you doing? Go live every day. I hear you, G Money. No, I couldn't go live every day. I couldn't do it. That's definitely not in my schedule. I just couldn't do it. I got things to do, and to provide for my life and take care of my family the best way I can, and things of that nature. I try to do a live. I have to schedule it. Everybody asks me, John Q, when are you coming back? When are you going to do a live? These things you have to schedule. Like tonight's Wednesday. These things you have to schedule. I was going to do it Sunday, but I said, no, I can't do it Sunday because I got tied up. And I said, I pushed it to Wednesday, and asked Malika the Warrior just yesterday if she could put in a good word and let everybody know that we're coming together and to discuss this information, that we gave to you tonight. So big shout out to Malika the Warrior for her love and passion for staying with the case. But she wanted to quit too. A lot of people wanted to quit, but there's just something unique about love. When you feel it, you know it. When you feel it, you know it. Is one thing. Feeling it is an entirely different experience. So thank you everyone that has joined us today here on YouTube and on Facebook. Once again, my love goes out to all of the Dreadhead family on Facebook that support our channel, and a few others in reference to getting justice for this case, along with my colleagues, I can call them, other YouTube content creators that have shown their generosity and their love and passion for wanting to move in this direction that we're taking. So thank you so much. And with that said, I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to get something to eat. I didn't have anything. I said, no, I got to skip dinner because I'm doing an 8:15 live. So I wanted to get it done because this was important. And now I can take care of myself. All right. I hope everybody now is on the same page. I hope we brought some clarity to it. I know we did. And once again, thank you, Amp Eazy, for joining us tonight to bring some clarification and a good walkthrough in regards to transparency to what we're doing. Hopefully, we hope everybody understands that message. We're not looking to hurt anyone. We're just looking to help. We're looking for the facts. Like I said, we've got some answers. We'll always come back with some answers. That's how I started my series, and that's how I'll continue going forward. So with that said, much love to you. As I've always said, be well and stay blessed. With Godspeed. Thank you to all my moderators, Vanessa Jones, Lady Tia, for holding it down as you always do. And let's keep moving. The faster we can get to the goal, the faster we can get the results. Be well and stay blessed with Godspeed. Until next time, take care.